Doing a pre-check test to see how many of the fibre optic things have I got hot glued to the screen so far. And the hot glues are not bad, it's transparent. I've only got 3 attached at the moment. The light system switched off. I'm just going to see if I could just see any visibility of them. That's just the idea here. But apart from I've got a centre bar that goes down the middle, and one side of it's spray painted black because it's silver, and when projection light hits it, it's going to reflect quite easily. If it were say like a clear acrylic plastic of a sort, light would probably pass on through. But it's trial and error to see if those sort of things. But it doesn't help, with other things. It's technical. But looks okay. Looks okay. I'll have to see if there's any brighter scenes in the movie to see if I can see, because there's different colour spectrum there. This is cat people. Meow. There's a bright scene there, sort of thing. Must be other bright scenes in there. Just got to look. I know the fibre optic there. They're going up the middle of the spine, which is around about this position here, and they're going up and then moving across. For the furthest one I can take it to, because it's only about 7 foot length, I think. My ceiling height is 7 foot 8 inches, and I held it on the floor and stood it up vertically, and I thought, this is not as long as I thought it would be. Like it makes out in the pictures, and the descriptions are. I think I've got to read back the description. There might have been some misleading. But it doesn't really matter, because the apparatus, the box, which can just redo the optic system, if you know what I mean, or get the thing that fits it and just extend the length. It's not a big deal, but I think the what do you call it? The box itself, I'm not sure if it's using some sort of LED or light bulb. I doubt light bulb, maybe probably a type of low high powered LED type. Because it's only so many watts. I think what I saw once, this Warren Broken Arrow cinema looked pretty neat. But that system is probably many meters long, and they got very brighter light system on it to do the illumination, because the house lights were up, and the house lights were dimming down and adjusting. It's all configured to computerization, so that part is a little bit different. The higher, I'd have to maybe improve it to sort of like, which is a simple thing. It's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. What did I press there? I can't stand this bloody projector with the so bloody distracting. It's turned off. Oh, but the projector doesn't switch on and off like, it randomly would do after a couple of minutes, because that's when the OLEDs turn on and then turn the projector on, and then there's a handshake issue with the projector after about 5 minutes. It switches off, and then you've got to switch the AVR back on again. Denon, bloody annoying, because it's obviously an issue between the Denon and the handshake, and all these components, everything that's HDMI, everything, all, I don't think is thoroughly tested in the real world. Tested, not in the lab, but tested, with some sort of alliance to test all these things, to see and then point out all the bugs. yeah. But so far I can't see any distraction. Just if there's any more brighter scenes in the movie, I think there's some more brighter scenes. No, not even with lightning there striking. I can't even see. Oh, I know what I could do. I just remembered. The projector's got a test card sort of thing on it. Let's just pause the video for a sec while I find. Well, I couldn't find the test car thing. It's in the dark, it's funneling around, but I could just about notice this bright scene here, the train. I could just see some slight faint blotches of the hot glue, but that peels off, and then once you peel it off, you wouldn't notice it. It's just like having it peels off. It peels off this fabric, and this screen material is also washable. And I've had darker stains on it. But is it? I'm just trying to figure out, because it looks sort of like sort of part of. I'm just noticing this scene here. They look like dipoles. Or they look like halfway. No, probably shorter dipoles. Must be some Radio Shack or something. Or something. Yeah, there's a dipole there. Even though this is DVD, I can still tell. I can still make it out. It's a dipole. It's a Radio Shack of a sort. Bit weird to put a Radio Shack near there with the water. What if it fell into the bloody river? Anyway, let me just play it with motion. Yeah, so I can just about visibly see there. It's a little bit awkward. So I know there's some going over that way and some going over that way. I was thinking of maybe using and suspending the cables with so I think my mum might have some cotton thread, some very, that's all I need is some sort of cotton thread, and I can anchor it at the top, and then each cable that goes across I'll just tie it on, and it'll just be there. It'll hold, and probably hold a lot better than the hot glue, because the hot glue eventually with the cable is going to come loose, like I've seen in some speaker cabinet boxes, like the JBL 8330s. Some components in there are hot glued, different type of hot glue, I think, but over the years had come loose, and I think not too sure if it was one of the JBL Control 12 SLs I was using, and I modified it because I never used the passive. I used the active crossover, so two-way active cross DSP. Oh yeah, I could just about see it on this colour's hair. I can just about see the blotches, but it can't show on the camera, at least the distance. Only have to pause an image. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, gotta. Whoa, bro, woo, wee. Can I see it on the video camera, or is it exaggerating the colour slightly paler when it should be a little bit more darker orange? Because it's not a case of calibrating the projector, it's a case of calibrating the bloody stupid camera phone, where I could use my Sony 4K Handycam and I can adjust ISO and shutter speed, etc. If I could point it with my finger, it's one about there, but I can't really tell if it's part of the bloody film photography, if you ask me. So see what it looks like. This movie. Wow, it's the first time I've looked at this movie on a bigger screen. I've never saw this movie at the cinema because it was X-rated when it came out. Whereas the black and white version of the movie, well, I think that would have a softer rating, probably more like a PG rating, if not a 12A certificate. This today, I think, is still rated like X rating, which is equivalent to 18, which is equivalent to the X rating. So it's still, yeah, even though there are more violent movies with ridiculous over-the-top graphic violence, and yet it gets a 12A certificate just so Ridley Scott can get school children into cinemas. How dare he, this greedy son of a bitch, just to watch his bloody Alien prequel bloody movies. Yeah, and where's that lot gone? Yeah, haven't seen any more of those lately in the last few years now, so I don't think we'll be seeing any more of that garbage trash. Totally unnecessary. Totally doesn't serve any use to the plot or the series other than a cash grab bloody distraction. Yeah, I could see these blotches there a little bit. I can see these blotches there a little bit there. I could peel it off and try and go with a cotton thread. But let's just turn them on. So turn them on, and they're only showing up like it's the camera's not, because all this bit of water over here is a little bit exaggerated in brightness because the camera's exaggerating everything. It even exaggerates real life colour contrast, etc. Because it's a stupid camera phone, you know. In fact, all camera phones are stupid. A DSLR camera at the end of the day would be a stupid camera phone, and a proper video camera with proper settings will beat a bloody camera phone. But I can see some of the lights up there, but they're just shine out like little Christmas lights. Some of them down there I can see. Also, it looks weird watching the projector behind the screen, seeing the image inverted. So, I don't know about the waterfall curtain. It's a bit oh wow, that's what my cat bear does to my clothes. Well, actually, that's what Sooty did. I've still got a t-shirt with Sooty claws on it as a momentum. Yeah, he's closing the curtains there, and so you can see the light. So let me just try another colour. That's just white. You just see them. You just see them there. It's I have to say, well, not really wowed. I think my expectation was about right, because I had very, very low expectation. Because when I actually tested it in bright light in the kitchen, I was thinking, got a bit of a low expectation here on this. I suppose it's the way in which it's done, but I'm not doing it that way because I think it just get a little bit too. So maybe I'll try and increase the light output by looking at the box and seeing what I could do. But anyway.